They're at the post. And they're off and running. Wicked Review was slow into his stride, but Prince of Pennies broke right running. I-95 away in good order from second. Then it's Colonel Barton third. Go Virtual to the inside, racing fourth. A link to Liam's Lad, and 6 or 7 back to slow starting. Wicked Review is last of the sextet past the half-mile pole. 15 lengths from top to bottom, chasing Prince of Pennies. I-95 is hard and ridden to keep the pressure to the outside after a quarter of 22 3. Then it is Colonel Barton racing to the outside of Go Virtual, who's under a heavy drive. Still 3 or 4 back to Liam's Lad, and Wicked Review still trails. Outside a quarter to go, and Prince of Pennies paving the P-Patch path shows the way, looking to shoulder the load to the top of the home stretch, and Prince of Pennies and Mitchell Merle off the turn, opening up by 2. Up the inside, the dangers Go Virtual down the outside on the wrong lead. Colonel Barton shifting ground in between those two. I-95. Here comes Go Virtual at the 16th pole to collar the pace setter, and Go Virtual at 9-1 is going to ramble home by a length in the end. A 4-horse pitcher for second. I think I-95 got the better of Colonel Barton. Then it was Prince of Pennies, Liam's Lad, and slow starting Wicked Review. Fillies and Mares at the post. And they are racing. Ship It had a good start. She's a Secret is quick into stride as well. Tamara's Way stalks that duo from third, still 3. Back to Extra Sauce. Well done. The long shot at the back of the pack. So up the backside they go, just outside 4.5 furlongs to go. And She's a Secret opens up on Ship It as they approach a half-mile stage. So into the far turn run. She's a Secret for Tom Amos showing the way. Edgar Morales up top by 2.5. Ship It for the Team Asmus in there from second. Still 3 back to Tamara's Way for Foster and Corrales, and at the back of the pack closing in, here's Extra Sauce. Well done for Michelle and Yoel, closing in up the inside with 5/16 of a mile to go. The quarter was 22 3. She's a Secret up top. She's being shoved along as Ship It breezes up in hand, and Ship It just like that with some shoulder tap urges quickens on past the pace setter after a half in 45 4, and they whip on down, and Ship It is roaring by the furlong grounds, opening up with each and every stride. She's a Secret's left in her jet wash. Extra Sauce well done's up into third, but no doubt about the winner. Ship It punched home by Keith for Dad Steve's going to win going away, and she won by better than a half a dozen. She's a Secret was second. Tamara's Way third. Extra Sauce well done was fourth. And they are racing. Good start. From the outside, Isle of Hope reaching out for the lead. She'll have company as Incredibly Chicky is flashing speed, and she works her way down to the rail as they head over to the far turn. Now, from the inside, it's Incredible Chicky, Isle of Hope to the outside, and those two stride for stride. Candy Oak is a keyed up third in behind that speed. 4 lengths further back as they head up the backside. It is clearly Copper to her inside, Indy Label, and Vino Veloce is at the back of the pack, the quarter 23 3. 5 furlongs to go as they traverse the Ellis Park backside. It's Incredibly Chicky, the daughter of Good Magic. Up top for Corey Lannery and Sharp. Leads Isle of Hope by just about a neck. Now, in behind them, Indy Label's full of run, but she just had to touch the brakes. Looping up to the outside. There goes Candy Oak. And now unwinding clearly Copper Vina Veloce as they head into the far turn run. They start to cluster up behind a half, 47 2. And it's Candy Oak with that 3 wide blitz. Puts a neck in front. Isle of Hope is being ridden to keep pace from the inside and dying for room. Here comes clearly Copper, and she's found it. Starts to split horses here as they race around the turn with a quarter to go. And it is Candy Oak, the one to run down as Isle of Hope is trying to re-rally towards the inside. 3 across the course, top of the home stretch. And Isle of Hope coming back after Candy Oak. All the momentum goes to Vino Veloce to the outside. Clearly Copper's back in fourth, just outside the furlong grounds. And Vino Veloce shaking up on a tenuous lead as Candy Oak is resilient, and Isle of Hope is coming back too. An exciting stretch run. Here's Candy Oak, Isle of Hope lunging, photo finish. What a race here. Down to the wire, a head-bobbing finish to the inside. Isle of Hope, who look beaten at the top of the lane at the post. And they are racing. Billy Jack, as expected, quick into stride. Berrettini away in good order from second. Promise Me a Ride. Red Cap came away racing in the third position. Then it is Single Ruler and Dual Monarchy. That's the 5 of them as they work over to the backstretch, and they're covered by about 6 lengths, and they're chasing Billy Jack, who is towing along. Promise Me a Ride there from second. Berrettini tucked in neatly along the rail, tugging from third. Dual Monarchy is fourth, 3 off the pace, and Single Ruler is last. But only 5 lengths would cover the lot, the quarter, 24 and 2. Up the backside at Ellis Park, they continue to go. Race 4 kicking off the pick 6, and it's Billy Jack and Christian Torres up top, dueling with Promise Me a Ride and Flow up to the outside to engage as they pass the half-mile pole. 2 lengths further back down on the inside, racing in third position, Berrettini and Talamo. From the inside, Single Ruler and Morales hard riding that one for some more speed. Dual Monarchy and Sealand last. Now, the tempo starts quick, and the top 2 have opened up 4 after half, 47 and 2. And it's Promise Me a Ride to the outside of Billy Jack as they have just outside a quarter to go. And there goes Promise Me a Ride as they reach the top of the home stretch, and Promise Me a Ride spurts away by 4. Billy Jack has no late energy, but down the center of the track, Berrettini does. 1 furlong to go, and Promise Me a Ride is opening up with each and every stride. 1/16 to go. You can put a ring around him. Promise Me a Ride, tons the best. Flo goes in victory pose late, wrapped up in the end by about 6.5. Billy Jack was second, Berrettini third, and Single Ruler was fourth. The running time for the mile out of the chute was 1:35 and 2. And they are racing. Good start for Esternia. Also quick into stride was Field Last from the inside. Raining Sugar, Tipsy Runner, 4th and 5th. Up on the outside, Despo's Dream is next. Couple lengths further back, it's High Fashion Kate, who saddles up right alongside Miss Pearl Heart, who has that wide angle from the high draw, still 3. Back to Golden Storm, who's shaded by Hot Mocha, and at the back of the pack, Maui Mistress. 22 and 4 the time for the opening quarter. Just outside 5/16 of a mile to go, and it is Field Last, the daughter of Munning, showing the way, but up to the outside, it's Esternia who's applying the heat from second. A waiting room, Raining Sugar appears to be locked and loaded down along the inside, looping up wide. It's Galope d'Hermes, top of the home stretch, and it's Raining Sugar who comes calling for the lead down along the inside. There's Esternia. It's Esternia and Raining Sugar outside the 16th pole. On the inside, it's Esternia, but here's Raining Sugar who raises the stakes and rolls late. Raining Sugar all into the wire, wins going away 2.5. Esternia was second, then it was tight, either Despo's Dream or Galope d'Hermes, and then High Fashion Kate was next, 104 in 2. And Fillies and Mares off and running. Sluggish start for Cancer-Free Kids, not a quick one for Queen of Missoula, but a fast one on the stretch out for Poblano. So Poblano in her seasonal bow showing the way up top. Methodology from between horses emerges to be second. Up to her outside as they work around the turn is Pool Noodle. To the inside, Eyes of Gold for Hancock is fourth. And then Hard Held, Empirical View with that high head carriage there from fifth. Advancing underneath her, Cancer-Free Kids, Queen of Missoula. Then a link for the back 14 girl is deep on the course. Lacey Be Good is second last, and stablemate Salsita Verde is right alongside, the quarter 23 and 2. They continue to run up the backside. The field covered by just about 10 lengths as they have 4.5 furlongs to travel. No excuses here for Poblano, who streaks out to the front. As Methodology still tracking from second. Eyes of Gold glued to the fence there from third. Queen of Missoula now moves into fourth. Cancer-Free Kids is fifth. Starting to heat up from the backfield with a wide angle, though. Here comes some Empirical View. Midpoint through the turn. No twist in the pot. Poblano still up top. The lead is a length and a half. Eyes of Gold still racing towards the inside of Methodology. A few lengths further back to Queen of Missoula as they have a quarter to go, and no excuses here for this daughter of Curlin Poblano. 3/4 the quick, 1:10 and 4 though. But as she comes to the top of the lane, Francisco Arrieta has been a statue and a passenger with a furlong to go. He throws a couple crosses and Poblano spurts away outside the 16th pole. She's left Methodology about 7 lengths further back. They're inside the final 16th. Poblano scorches the field here, and she wins gathered up by almost double digits. Methodology was second. Eyes of Gold third. Queen of Missoula was fourth, but no doubt about it, Godolphin's Poblano tons the best as she breaks the maiden start number 3 in her seasonal bow. And they are racing to a level beginning. Endpoint was quick into stride. Communication Membo, what a blast through from the inside and up from the outside from the high draw, Winnemac Avenue. Then a length and a half further back to Pike Place and Baseline Beater. Close to the pace today, but he just clipped heels there and is at the back of the pack. Almost single file here as they head up the backside, 6 furlongs to go. Endpoint will dictate the terms, 3 parts of a length to Winnemac Avenue from second. Down on the inside, Communication Memo is third. What a blast to the outside of him is fourth, and a link for the back Baseline Beater. Recovered after that misstep back there, and his second last, Pike Peak, is last of this compact field. Outside a half mile to go. They go 2 by 2 by 2 into the far turn run, the quarter 23 and 3. 3.5 furlongs to go behind that half, 46 and 4. Endpoint. Up top, 3 parts of a link to Winnemac Avenue. Now, What a Blast is in the clear and charging up the inside Communication Memo. Now, Pike places up a spot, and now Baseline Beater once again trails. Rounding the turn, 1/4 to go. Endpoint's under a heavy ride as all of a sudden What a Blast emerges to the outside of Winnemac Avenue as they race towards the top of the home stretch. And cutting the corner will be Endpoint. Winnemac Avenue to the outside as they straighten away for the run. Communication Memo dives down towards the fence and coming with good late energy, and What a Blast to the outside. Many chances here as Endpoint in Winnemac Avenue drifting out to the crown of the course, so the fence is wide open for Communication Memo, who's lunging up after Endpoint. Communication Memo and a rail skimmer gives Christian Torres another victory, and the Hall of Famer gets another one as well. 136 and 1. Chat a lot to the outside. They're at the post. And they are racing. Chattelot stumbled at the start, but is still quick into stride. Gulfstream Way and Olathabo flashing speed. And from between horses as they head the backside, Unpredictable Bay is close as well. So a real log jam up front as Olathabo comes on through. Vulcan right there alongside. And 3 deep is Insolito. Those 3 right across the course. And then it's Chattelot who's away in the 4th position. Gulfstream Way is 5th and about 6 off the pace. Luggen Knight is next. Up on the outside, Unpredictable Bay has 2 horses beat. They are Broken Rib and Will to run at the back of the pack, the quarter 22 seconds flat. Rounding the turn, Vulcan with 5/16 of fine, still paving the path up to the outside. Insolito is upset-minded. In behind them, Gulfstream Ways locked and loaded. He's going to try to angle down to the inside of the pace setters as they race towards the top of the home stretch. And here they come as they lean into the lane. And Vulcan with a length and a half lead. Gulfstream Way trying to bully his way through as Chattelot is trying to press him down in behind horses, and from the center of the track, gaining ground late. Here comes Luggen Knight lifting off, and Broken Rib is lunging too. Vulcan desperately needs a line. Gulfstream Way is lunging, and a photo. Tight photo finish. Up the inside was Gulfstream Way. Vulcan, those 2 noses apart in 109. Rivals to go in. They're at the post. And they are racing. Ocean Point with an alert beginning from between horses. There goes Eddie M. in Greener Pastures up to the outside. So as they make this quarter turn here, Eddie M. is in front by a length and a half. Up from the outside, Greener Pastures is a close-up second. Mucho Mojo in the yellow 6 down along the rail from third. In between horses, Ocean Point is next, covered up by Long Crow. Tepeyu is second last, a favorite, in Masai Warrior at the back of the pack. They head up the backside about 8 lengths from top to bottom. Eddie M. controlling things up top, a length and a half. Greener Pastures is second. Mucho Mojo tugging hard from the inside as Long Crow loops up to the outside of them. Tepeyu advances from in between horses a couple of positions. Masai Warrior is next. And Ocean Point on the dirt is last of them all. Into the far turn. Eddie M. is the one to run down. The closest one right now is Greener Pastures. Long Crow continues with that wide angle as Mucho Mojo still hard held at the fence. Tepeyu, Red Silks, the favorite, is 5th as they race midpoint through the turn. So just outside a quarter to go. And Eddie M. and Declan Cannon, the one to reel in as they race by the quarter pole. It's Eddie M. to the inside, up to the outside. Long Crow as they reach the top of the home stretch. And Eddie M. will cut the corner. Whips out on Eddie M. responding so far, holding Greener Pastures at bay. Now Greener Pastures strikes the front. Eddie M. is back in his second, 1/16 to go. Greener Pastures has gained the upper hand. Eddie M. game in defeat, but no doubt about it, Greener Pastures is going to win it. Greener Pastures won by a length. Eddie M. second. Then it was Long Crow, Mucho Mojo, Masai Warrior, Ocean Point.